Hi, welcome to episode 2 of Cycle to Sanity with Ray. In this episode, I'm going to talk about coming off a furlough, returning to work, and then coming back into self-isolation after taking some home corona tests. I'd also like to thank those of you who have subscribed and liked the first video. It was great, thank you. And yeah, hopefully we'll get a little bit better as I get a bit more used to this. But in this episode I'm going to ramble on about work and the corona test while I change my wheels and tyres on my bike. Good afternoon. It's been a crazy few weeks since I recorded my first video. I say crazy. I suppose it's nothing really out of the ordinary at the moment. But beginning of July I came back off a furlough, went back to work, and having used public transport and the wife's at home working from home doing her work, we decided to do some COVID home tests because she had a cough that was her allergies, so we were just making sure that we were okay, especially with me taking public transport, having gone back to work. And yeah, one of our tests came back positive, one of them came back negative. Not the way round we expected it to be. So I now have to isolate for 14 days because she tested positive and I tested negative. And all that means is at the time that I took the test, I didn't have the virus. So to make sure that I don't have the virus, I have to allow for a 7-day incubation period and 7 days to determine if any symptoms. From what I understand of the very ambiguous information that is out there. So I am going to make the most of these 2 weeks and do the few last things to get my Ridgeback mountain bike back on the road. I've ordered some new wheels, new tyres, because I don't have a wheel truing stand, so I thought I'd treat myself as such. And so now I'm just mounting the tyres and the inner tubes, and I'm going to fit them onto the bike. I've added some sealant to the tubes. Not had a puncture in years anyway, but I can almost guarantee that it's going to be that Murphy's Law exception, when if you don't plan for it, it will happen. So there I am. Got to line up your logo in your stem hole, because those are the rules of the internet community. And yeah, just making the most of it to tinker in the workshop as such, getting my bikes worked upon, and yeah, hopefully get back out riding and start working on rebuilding the confidence in cycling. As I said, I haven't really cycled for a number of years now. You know, maybe the odd, quite literally, a trip to the shops around the corner, but nothing that's more than like a 5-minute jolly. It was just more effort to take the bike off of the take it out of the garage and stuff, and so for that I just never really bothered. And I pay enough for a travel card each month that I make sure I get as much use out of that as I can. But when the lockdown happened, I realised that I should reduce my usage of public transport. So I was spending a lot of time walking around everywhere, which has been really good, mentally and physically. And now I'm just just taking the time to give the bike some TLC, because it lived outside for a hell of a long time. And at the beginning of lockdown, it was almost a solid single piece of a bike. So I just made sure that I just brought it back to a workable condition. So, to me, it's quite a satisfying sound when you seat a tyre. I not got a tubeless setup myself, but I do like hearing the tubeless tyres get installed. When you're watching the videos. So yeah, I will post a link to the Park Tools website and their YouTube channel, which is where I've learned everything that I've pretty much done over the last couple of weeks. We used Park Tools in the workshop at work, so when I started to build my collection of tools, you'll see that a lot of them are Park Tools, because I know that they work, and as somebody that's worked with tools in previous jobs, it's worth buying the right tool for the right job than is to buy a tool and then have to replace that tool in a couple of weeks, months, a year. When you buy the right tool and it lasts you almost your lifetime. So that's why I use Park Tool. There are some other good brands out there like Pedro's. My cone wrenches are Cyclo of Halfords, and B-Twin from Decathlon do some pretty good tools. I've not had a problem with the hex wrenches. So yeah. 8 years I've lived in here, this is the first time I've been around this part. Well, that's my first ride. I felt quite comfortable compared to how I had been feeling. So maybe it's more of a mental thing than I thought it was. Yeah, I think I just need to get out and do more of it. Thanks for listening.